Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Guess what I'm doing today, or this afternoon anyway. Alright, today we're going to change the antifreeze in my truck. Well, we ain't going to change it. We're going to add it to it. Ever since I put this engine in here, I put this engine in here a year ago. Finally got it put back together around the end of November last year, and I've been driving it ever since. I never put antifreeze in it, never put coolant in it, whatever you want to call it. I just recently changed the water pump, as you remember. I did end up having to come back and change the fan, putting the old fan back on, because the fan that was on this pump, when I put it on, and you can see I beat the heck out of it trying to get that fan off, because it was cross-threaded on there. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, it would just spin and wouldn't keep the engine cool sitting still. So I put this one on here and let it sit for 30 minutes, and it didn't overheat. So, and I know we need a shroud. I haven't put the shroud on it yet. I got to get to that. But anyway, I'm going to put coolant in my truck. And in order to do that, I have to get rid of some water. So we're going to start by taking the breather off, and then we're going to drop that bottom hose down there. You can see it right here. We're going to take that off and let the water run out so that we can add this. And that's pretty good stuff. It's about as good as anything else on the market that you don't have to pay $1,000 for. And we're going to put it in the top hose here. We're just going to make sure it gets into the engine. I recently drove it, so it's a little warm still, but it'll be all right. So we're going to take this, we're going to loosen this up. That allows you to pull that loose, and then I'm going to loosen it up from here so I don't have to mess with my sensor over there. You just pull this loose like this here. Come, there you go. Didn't want to come out. This one slid back on. Comes right off. Now, I'm going to take a pair of pliers. This has little clippy clamps on it right here. I hate these things. People love them, but I hate them. Take that off, let the water run out. Alright, I got the clamp loose. Now, you guys out there, if you have coolant or antifreeze in your car, don't do this. Catch whatever you have in your car and recycle it. Put it in a bucket and take it down to the recycle center, your parts store, whatever, and recycle it. Let's see. You have this little valve right here, pitcock, whatever you call it, and you can open that up, and your coolant will run out, and you can use a hose on it to direct it into the bucket. Since I only have water in here, I'm just letting this loose. And I've changed this twice since I've been here, so I know it's since I've had this engine in here, so I know it's nothing but water. Rusty water, but it's water. Very rusty water. That's another reason to put coolant, antifreeze in your vehicle, because if you don't, your inside of your engine will rust up. It helps to protect your engine from rust, helps keep it cool, helps keep it from freezing up. So all kinds of good stuff go along with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, take this hose loose right here. See how rusty that is? That's not good. That's why I should have put coolant in it before. Not your friend. Anyway, that basically emptied the coolant water, what are you going to call it, from the radiator and the water pump. Now we're going to put this hose back on, reestablish the clamp, and then we'll refill it from the top hose. So let me put this hose back on. All right, I got the bottom hose back on. I'm going to be pouring the antifreeze in the top hose. And some people say, why don't you just add it to the reservoir? Well, this here, you have to have the engine running, and it'll suck the coolant into the engine and all that good stuff. And I want to go ahead and fill the engine first, then fill the reservoir. That way, I have coolant already in the engine. You know what I'm saying? I want to fill it up as much as possible, burp all the air out, I guess basically what I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and pour coolant into the top radiator hose right here. Okay, we got it pretty much filled up. We have water backing up in the reservoir there, and see it gurgling. That's air coming out of it. That's why I poured it in the top hose. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and then I'm going to run the truck. I'm going to put the intake back on, air breather, and run it and let it get circulating, and then we'll fill up that reservoir and we'll add water to it. This is 100% concentrate. This isn't the half and half stuff. I prefer to get the concentrate. It's cheaper. Why pay more for water, right? Anyway, let me put the intake on, get it cranked up, and then we'll finish filling it up. All right, we got it running. You see how much faster that fan is turning. If you watched the previous video, you know it was barely turning before. So that was doing a lot better. We got it running. The squeeze this top hose, you can see. All that's fluid going through there. I got to do something with this here. This is not very good. Hose could fall in there and get on that fan, and then I'd be in a world of hurt. But anyway, if I squeeze this hose, the water backs up into there without any air over there on the reservoir, which lets me know that there's no air in it. So I'm just gonna let it sit here and get warm, and make sure we have plenty of water in the reservoir, and we should be good to go. Most of the water stayed in the engine or in the radiator, so we don't have to worry too much about it. When I fixed this truck up, I bought some of these Chinesian headlights. The clip broke on this one right here. Caused the headlight to be pushed in. Not a real thing. Don't buy cheap like me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wind this up. Just wanted to show you how I changed the add antifreeze to my engine. I would not dump it on the ground if it was antifreeze coolant. I would just drain it in a bucket and take it to the recycle bin. But as you saw, it was just rusty water. So do the environment and yourself a favor. It's poisonous to pets, it's poisonous to children, it's poisonous to you. Collect it and turn it in. It probably even says on here that it's a warning label right there. Harmful or fatal if swallowed. So make sure you recycle that or dispose of it properly. On that note, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have an awesome day.